Hello, welcome to my video, bit of a critique on Hapamwo. Uh, I'll start with an analogy. I don't know how good an analogy it is, but I'll see how it goes. If I find a rock on the ground and I fling it through the air, technically it is a UFO if I don't know what type of rock it is. It may be a piece of concrete, I still would need to name its constituent parts. Even if I am in Iceland and it is igneous, I would still need a degree in geology, possibly, to determine what type of igneous rock it is. It is also lazy to suggest that it's just saying it is a rock is enough to complete the task. It is akin to the God did it argument, and we are supposed to leave it at that. To extrapolate my points, not every single flicker, corner of the eye's sprig of light is something that has traversed the bowels of interstellar space to come and look at their equivalent of pinworms. So why do people like Mr. Jones, the proprietor of Hapamwo, seem to have this sort of special pleading, and they think an alien species would actually be interested in them personally, so it seems. There are many things on this planet that can destroy humans very easily, and not have the intelligence on par with us. So why would an alien not see us as some sort of threat and put us down? They are probably would not want to hear about how dignified it is to push gurneys around the hospital. I'm not questioning the hard work of actual porters. They do, it's a good job, but certain people seem to think it is the most important job in the world. I would like to add at this point, make a mention of Mr. Jones's new novel, Roswell Rising, A Tale of Disclosure. Now, I haven't read it, and I will not put money in his pocket to do so, but I think it is pretty easy for anyone to have a decent stab at working out what the book is about. Apparently, according to Mr. Jones, the new fibre from the Bank of England was of similar material technology that was alleged to be found in the Roswell wreckage. Anyway, here is the blurb for his book from Amazon.co.uk. An alternative history novel. In July of 1947, an unidentified flying object came to grief on the Earth's surface in New Mexico, USA. It was secretly salvaged, spelling mistake in the blurb, believe it or not, by the government and kept secret. It remains secret to this day. That's real history. What if history had been different and that secret had never been kept? How much would we be different? How much would be the same? Roswell Rising, a novel of disclosure, attempts to answer these questions. Yes, like I said, he got a spelling mistake in the blurb, believe it or not. Now, if we take this at face value, we could say it's a novel. And most novels are fiction, and the author can say what they like. Nothing wrong with that. The novel appears to be one that is trying to portray an important message, like 1984 or One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. But Mr. Jones isn't Eric Blair or Ken Kesey by any stretch of the imagination. After all, if his book was that good, he wouldn't need to self-publish, of which he appears to have done here, even though his oeuvre are published by a publishing house called the Aldiv Press. I questioned him about this a couple of months ago, and it appears he's too concerned about rejection and that anyone could possibly think that his works aren't any good. For me personally, I think the Roswell incident, if you want to call it what, that was an elaborate hoax ushered in a UFO era where everyone driving through the countryside at night was getting abducted and probed at some stage in their lives. Maybe Hollywood set it up so endless movies could be made, possibly. He's alright for a laugh, I suppose, but I have to admit, I enjoy paranormal films and paranormal activity in the Omen, although I have never been into UFO type films except Contact with Jodie Foster. But I think Mr. Jones is trying to make not only an historical and technological point, but a political point, one too. He seems to start with the premise that Roswell was a genuine alien landing covered up by the US government. His story is that what would life be like if there was no cover up, as per the blurb? Well, this is why this book is fictional, and we never have to worry seriously about strange ideas that Roswell was an alien landing. Does he prove Roswell was an actual alien landing beyond any doubt? If that's the case, why is it still a very murky, strange hypothesis only a few seem to take seriously? Why is it Mr. Jones won't accept NASA's accounts of how Apollo missions are carried out, yet he accepts the poor evidence from the supposed Roswell incident? I think this could possibly be called cherry picking. Let's look at Mr. Jones and some of his other claims over the years. He once claimed that a small piece of resin that could fit in the palm of your hand filled with iron filings could be thrown into the River Thames and over the course of a few years rejuvenated. This was to do with organe energy. He was at a location north of Oxford and refused to give any more information than that in case the men in black came along and fished the resin out. He's also a big advocate of organe energy. Years down the line, I think he filmed that in 2010. I assume the Thames is the same, and if it has improved, it won't be the resin, it would be the practices of the water and sewage companies. As well as rejuvenating the Thames, he's also thought, a great way to stop mobile phone radiation giving you brain cancer. It was devilishly simple. Take a bra, sew in a small piece of orgone and wrap it around your head. Apparently the orgone will stop the harmful rays onto Apollo. He once suggested to me that the Apollo missions could have been filmed on Mercury. Yep, he said that. I told him this was impossible for obvious reasons, so he suggested they were filmed on another moon in another solar system. I can't even begin to pick that one apart. There is an old video of him tearing to pieces his passport. I think it was an out-of-date one, but he claims to this day it was that he has no passport and refuses to get one. So when we jest him about his not being able to go to Roswell without a passport, he says he can without being illegally smuggled in. He claims there is a way to get into America without a passport. And I think he said it involved getting letters from the Home Office, or it might be the Foreign Office, possibly. One or the other. Obviously, he can't do that, because how could you even get on a plane at Heathrow without photo ID? If you got to America, they would just send you straight back. But this is Mr. Jones's little world, and I'm trying to see how it works. Anyway, this is the end of part 1. I now need to go away and work out my arguments to be placed before a very difficult and obstruction-placing debater. He usually says I'm using too much rhetoric. Anyway, cheers for now. Thank you.